Yo, 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 it's Manny Rocks here with my boy Polo Cuts, SD, my boy Alvaro.
What it
What's
do?
up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Chilling, man.
Good.
Once again, another night at the Off the Clipper podcast.
Yes, sir. Off the Clipper, doing
Yes,
big
sir.
things. Episode what, 5 now?
Episode 5. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Special guest Alvaro. We have
What's
Alvaro
up?
here today.
That's right. That's
For
right.
everybody that doesn't know us, me and Alvaro have been friends for 20 plus years.
Who's counting?
But yeah, who's
damn.
counting? You know, time flies when you're having fun.
That's a long time.
20 years, man. 20
Yeah,
years.
That's
20.
2 decades, bro.
Since
20
8th grade
years.
mariachi, man. Shout
Yeah.
out to Elbert and Bacali Roots.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pacali Roots.
Yeah, since 8th grade mariachi.
And yeah, man, we're having Alvaro here to kind of talk to us about his journey. For those that don't know, he's a rookie. He's still considered a rookie.
Yeah, I'm still a new guy.
you a
I mean,
rookie,
you're a rookie from your first year, and then you promote to not a rookie anymore after your first
Right,
year.
okay.
Are you a rookie till
it's been
So
three
what,
years.
so what we're talking about, he's a San Diego firefighter, and we're here to have him as a special guest to kind of talk to us about that, his journey, and the ups and downs with doing that, and everyone sees the positive and all the good things that come from it. We want to see behind the scenes action.
Yeah,
And,
because I think like we're having a lot of artists. We're having a lot of tattoo artists, all that, rappers and entertainers and shit. But I think we need to give our first responders their credit, cause
Yeah, for sure.
especially when they're our homies, when it's people that you're surrounded by or that you grew up with, like that shit just makes it extra special to me, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Everybody definitely sees the close people that have known you for a while. They definitely seen the hard work you put into it. And if anyone deserves it, it's gonna be you.
Thanks, man. Thank
Dedication. Discipline. What you say you do. Like there's no. You've always been on point with everything. So
Damn, man. Thank you.
yeah, of course.
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
I
brother.
got you.
I
But,
got
I
eyelash
think
right
that-
here, by the way. You have an eyelash right there.
Gotta make a wish.
Hey,
Fuck
you
that.
gotta
Oh, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
next time.
you gotta blow it off next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's blown at me many times.
It won't be the first time.
But yeah, man, we're here to talk about you. When did you decide to become a firefighter or, pursue that career? And talk about, the struggle,
Oh, yeah.
Was that
just
something that was
talk
that-
about, give us the 411 on your personal experience on that journey.
Yeah, man, and I mean, thank you guys for having me on. It's an honor to even be invited over here with you guys, and I really enjoy your guys' podcast. I've seen a few of them, and I just love your guys' whole setup here. Omatic over here with the professional.
Omatic. Shout out to
Omatic, baby.
Yes,
It's
sir.
awesome, man, and so thank you guys for having me on here. And I do love that you guys talk about perseverance and the struggle and overcoming obstacles and stuff. I love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's what I live for. And well, to answer your question, man, it started like as a little kid, I don't know, I was probably like 12 years old or something, and I have no idea what 12-year-old thinks of this, but I was just kind of thinking one day, I'm just like, what would I have to do my entire life that I would have good stories to tell? Like I would have my grandkids on my lap, and what would I have to do my entire life to have good stories to tell? And I just like, man, I think firefighters would have some sick ass stories to tell.
You would think about this when you were 12 years old?
I remember doing this, so that's where the seed was planted, and after graduating high school, long story short, I guess after graduating high school, for 5 years I tried to become a millionaire with a sales company, and that didn't work, right? So like by age 23, I didn't have nothing to show for myself. I went to the recruiting office, joined the Marine Corps there, just to kickstart my life, like a career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't have nothing to show for myself. I'm like, man, I need a career now.
Yeah.
I was already with my girlfriend, now my wife Diana. We got together since we were 19, But you know, after I came back from all the initial training, you know, and I was in the reserves, you know, so it's a weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer. So after I got back home from all the training, I was like, so what did I want to do with my life again, right?
Right.
So I was just like, oh
Like,
yeah,
I already,
fire.
like I already did this, like this goal, you know,
Right.
like, what's next, you know?
Exactly. So I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to be a firefighter, right? So I went over to Southwestern College. I went to the fire science program and just dove in, man. I dove in and started taking all the classes, and that's where I got exposed to all like the forest firefighting stuff, and did that academy and got hired with the Forest Service for 3 years. I was over in Ramona area and just going up and down California and Arizona to all the wildfires and stuff, and but the ultimate goal was to be where I'm at now. You know,
Nice.
like I wanted to be in the big red engine, cruising the streets that I grew up in. You know, like every time I would see that fire engine, like right here in the neighborhood I grew up in, you know, I'm just like, that is so sick. Like I could possibly work in that fire engine in my neighborhood. You know,
That's dope. Hell yeah.
and yeah, I just applied, and you know,
Was it luck that you got this station?
It is part luck because it goes by seniority and stuff. And but for some reason, you know, like I guess like North County guys don't really, they don't care about the South Bay, you know, for the most part. They, you know, the commute is pretty bad in the morning when we get off on the way back up. So it's like kind of hard for North County guys to
kind of don't want
to
to
get down here. Yeah. So that's why like South Bay guys, they're all about staying here, you know. It's like they kind of say it's we're our own fire department down here in the South Bay
for sure.
You know? So yeah, it's I'm just super happy to be here, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's dope.
Now, was there any point in like your journey where you were like, where you thought about giving up?
Dude. Oh, no, because like this wasn't the academy.
I like that.
No, because first of all, this is my dream, right? So I was in the academy, you know, from November 2017 to March 2018. That was my 16-week academy, my initial academy. Congratulations, you're in, you know. So I got the position of open enrollee, which means I didn't get paid the whole 16 weeks. So that was my condition of my hire. You know, they're like, hey, congratulations, you made it, but you're not gonna get paid. Do you still want it? And I was like, of course, you know, I have to. And luckily, you know, I didn't have kids at the time, and I was still living at my mom's with my wife Diana and stuff. So we were in a good position to not get paid, you know. So yeah, I went through it, but it was the hardest. It was harder than Marine Corps boot camp for me.
Really?
Yeah, that academy was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, man. Like, and I almost failed.
Like as far as what? Like what was like so hard about it for you?
So the hardest thing was all the memorization we had to do, man. They give us a packet like this thick, and they're just like, you have to have it memorized in the next 2 weeks.
No mames.
What?
Yeah.
Like, I've never studied this hard in my entire life, bro.
Right.
Like in high school and college, nothing.
I
Like,
barely remember my own phone number. I remember
Exactly.
all this book stuff.
So I had to learn how to memorize, bro. You know, and thankfully I knew guys that were already San Diego firefighters, and you know they guided me, and some other guys that were in the past like fire crews that I was a part of that helped me out in things, which I'm super thankful for them.
Oh yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely wouldn't be here without them. So their guidance, and I had to learn how to memorize things, you know, and that was the toughest thing, was because and also the other toughest thing was, I have to see things more times than the average person to learn it. You know, there were guys in the academy, you know, just like Omatic was saying, oh yeah, I learned how to play piano
By ear.
the first day. In a day, in 2 days. I hate people like you, bro. I hate people like you. So, you know, I'm just kidding. But yeah, there was guys in my academy that were like, okay, I got it.
Just like, boo.
They see it the first time. Okay, cool, I got it.
That's
and I look at them like, are you
crazy.
serious, bro? Like, I need to see it 3-4 more times. I need to do it, fail at it, do it again, like so that it can stick in my mind, you know. So that was my biggest struggle, was because then like the instructors would yell at me like, "Didn't we already show you this? Why aren't you doing it?" You know, like so.
I remember you telling me, you know, they were probably like one quiz away from actually failing, you know? So how'd you deal with that pressure?
Oh man,
Probably made you go fucking.
it did. I had a
Like,
mental
no
break-
sleep, just
I had a
fucking-
mental breakdown, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was in the academy, and I was one certification away from failing, right? Which is very close.
Yeah.
So I just failed my last certification. That means I have to make it up the next day. So we go back to the academy, to the locker room. They dismiss us. And after we're dismissed, and the whole time, like, while they're dismissing us, I'm just holding back my tears, man. I'm just holding back my tears. And they're like, all right, you guys are dismissed. I pretty much, like, run into the locker room, go into my locker, and just start bawling, dude. I just start bawling. I'm just like, everything I've studied, everything I've gone through, I cannot fail. Like I'm literally about to fail. I'm gonna have to start all over again. You know, I'm gonna have to apply all over again. You know, excuse me. And that's what I was just terrified of. You know, like I need this career.
Yeah,
like I
right.
want to start my life already. I want to have my own pad. I want to, you know, have a nice wedding. Or no, I want to, you know, just start my life and have kids already. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was 30 years old already, and I felt that way. So. That's when I had that mental breakdown, man. And you know, my academy mates all surrounded me, encouraged me and stuff. And I had to go to Parque La Ala right here. You know, after that last after that last failure, and I literally had to like look out into the distance and just like convince myself. I was praying to God, and then I had to convince myself like, you can do this, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do this. You
Yeah.
can do this, you know? And
For sure. Because
Yeah.
it's, you know, just like anything, if there's like a, you know, like I hate when people have like, they want to do something and they have a plan B. Like there should not be a plan B.
Exactly.
Like there should not be,
yeah.
you know, you're consciously giving yourself a reason to fail
Yeah,
or
you're
something to
basically
fall
saying-
back on, you know?
Yeah.
So if you don't give yourself a plan B, then, you know, you kind of work towards just success.
Yeah, you're gonna
you
be
know?
determined to fucking
You know,
make it.
no matter how long it takes, you know, it could take 2 weeks, 2 days. But the point is to not give up on what you want to do and to just keep trying until, you know, it kills you pretty
Yeah.
much, you
Yeah.
know? And that's what my boy Alvaro did here.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, I've always been proud of this guy. He's always done what he's always said that he was going to do, you know? And, yeah, he's definitely an example to admire, you know? And I'm happy to have him as a brother and have Sebastian look up to him as a role model. And,
Oh,
you know,
Sebastian. Love you, man.
shout out to Sebastian.
Yeah, man,
And,
that shit is
yeah.
tight, dude. That shit, like, I've had plenty of friends of mine, I mean, like 2-3 of them that actually tried to be a firefighter and they give up. You're like
Yeah.
the only guy that I know that's actually gone through it because it's so hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's what they've told me. Like, dude, it's fucking hard. It's not just like when you join you could be a police officer super quick and easy, bro. Like, you know, but.
Yeah.
They've told me that the academy is just fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
It's something more serious.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
And besides that, dude, once you're a firefighter, bro, you're out there risking your life. Like the times that I've encountered like emergencies.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I can't just imagine constantly feeling that adrenaline rush, you know, in your body, or maybe you're already
Every
used
day.
to it. You know, but like
We're kind of junkies for it, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Like,
but,
let's go!
yeah,
let's go.
It's just I don't know. To me, that's fucking nuts, dude. To like fucking constantly be like, oh fuck, like I don't know, just dead bodies and shit like that. To me, that's fucking
Yeah.
insane, bro. Like,
Love it.
All the time.
like
I know.
I mean, I love to watch crazy ass videos myself, like of like, you know,
Yeah.
shit like
It
that.
sucks that
But,
what's that website? Hoodsite is no
Yeah.
longer
Hoodsite.
available.
yeah,
Oh, really?
Hoodsite was
they
pretty
took 'em
good,
down.
man. Yeah.
but I think they have a
hood.
hood site too or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought it was the
And
only
a 3
sick
and
in
a
the
four.
world.
Also,
maybe.
there's this other one called the NYC or the YNC. Oh, bro, that's crazy,
Oh, yeah?
dog. That's a crazy ass fucking website and
Yeah.
ooh, sick ass
Dropped a little bit of
fucking
ashtray.
sick ass fucking ashtray full.
Yeah.
Smooth. It's
Hey,
not weird. Be cool.
But yeah, man, that shit is fucking sick, dude. I fucking congratulate you, bro, and I'm
thanks,
fucking
man.
proud to say that you're my homie.
Yeah.
And I love that shit, bro, because like you coming out here the other day with your whole crew and giving. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw this, but
Pass me the lighter, brother.
Alvaro and his crewmates, they came out here to Ace of Fates Imperial Beach, and they offered to give us a tour or a ride and a tour of the bus. And they took out the backpack. I was wearing the backpack,
The fire engine, whatever.
the fire equipment, all that shit, and
The fire bus.
Yeah, the fire bus. And then they took us around, and fucking the guy was doing the whole Mickey Mouse noise and the and all that shit.
That shit was funny because I hopped in the truck, and then I didn't know that the horn was on the floor, right? So I hop in, and that shit was like, for like 2 minutes straight, and I was like,
Yeah, man, he's just like,
I'm looking at the driver.
okay, I guess it's part of the ride. I guess.
Man, he's looking at the guy like, what the fuck?
I'm looking at the driver like, all right, like I'm pretty
That's
sure
enough.
like everyone knows we're in here, you know, like calm down. And then their captain comes on like, hey, move your foot. I'm like, oh shit, my bad.
Get your big old patota out of out of the button.
But that shit was tight though. Like my daughter, bro, she was so happy, dude, and Sebas,
awesome,
and then my mom has a daycare. She brought another kid with her. And,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that kid got to have a ride. Like that shit, like they're gonna remember that forever, dude. Forever,
hell
you know?
yeah.
Like that's not, dude. Like the first time I ever went on a firefighter truck was that day.
Right.
You know, our kids were fucking on a firefighter truck at the age of 3 and
Yep.
5. You know, how fucking sick is that, dude?
And be like, man, I want to be a firefighter. You know, they're
Yeah.
already speaking it to existence right now.
That's
you know?
awesome.
That
man.
was fucking awesome, dog.
Yeah.
And that's
that
what
was
it's all
cool.
about, man. And you know, shout out to AJ, the engineer, the driver. You know, he. I mean, that's what we're all about, and you know, community, right? Like how, I guess back in the day, where you know, you have the open firehouse, you see kids there like playing with their bikes, or you know, the firefighter fixing their flat tire or something. You know, like, and our driver, he, like, we were over by Southwest on a call there. You know, and we were already wrapping up the call. We had the patient in the ambulance and stuff, and there were some kids there skateboarding. You know, and you know, instead of for us going back into the fire engine and back into the station, AJ, he's a good skateboarder, and he just like, hey, you know, I bet you I can kick flip or whatever. And he started skateboarding with the kids, you know, and he started doing like manual competitions and like just
tight.
hanging out. We hung out for like 30 minutes right there
Yeah.
with the kids, you know. It was awesome.
Made their
man.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so cool,
that's
man.
got to be cool for one because they see you. Obviously, you guys are interacting with the public. You know, you're putting that image into their young heads. Like, hey, like these guys are pretty cool. I could probably do that one day. You know. Two, you guys are just not at the station just waiting for something. You guys are actually just soaking up some sun. Yeah, engaging. You know, just having a good time.
Yeah. And that's what I love about my crew right here. You know, you guys met them, and we're just they're a crack bunch, and I'm just laughing all day. We're just talking trash to each other all day and laughing all day and stuff. And we love to train and get out there and cruise IB and all that stuff. Cruise through here and
learn some dancing routines and
yeah,
shit.
man. It's just,
Yeah.
it's I'm having such a great time down here, and it's right here where I grew up at. You know,
Fuck
like
yeah.
I know all the little back alleys where we used to ditch school and all that.
Yeah.
Like I know a shortcut.
Yeah.
Hey, they're like, how do we get there? Oh, don't worry about it, man. I got you. And then you're like, fucking
yeah.
taking them through the hood and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's fucking sick, dude.
That is
I
tight.
fucking, I don't know. I fucking love that shit. But yeah, man, fucking. So other than being like a firefighter, what else do you like to do like on your spare time, or you got any hobbies or anything like that?
Yeah, man. So I mean, you guys have participated in our events before, but Young Life, we that's our youth group, and I've been part of that youth group for 10 years now. Man, time flies. But we're out of San Isidro High School, and pretty much the whole point of that youth group is just introducing Jesus to high schoolers. And they also have like middle schoolers, middle school Young Life, and so the director, we're all volunteers, and so our director Luma, she's been here in the South Bay for 20 years. She's been doing that for 20 years, leading volunteers, and so that's something I do on the side too. That's kind of like my way to please God and also just kind of spread the word, spread the message of peace. and spread the gospel, and just my way of giving back, and you know, especially seeing like the high schoolers, like when we have events and like bonfires, or we do like these crazy elaborate events, all funded through fundraising, by the way, like charities and stuff. That's why on my Instagram I have donate to Young Life South Bay. It's all funded. All that money goes to high schoolers and middle schoolers, pregnant teens, or single moms that are teens, and even ministries that are for handicapped people, so all that money goes to them, and we do all these events. And so, events like the ones that you guys participated in, where you guys gave free haircuts.
We went to the church right there. That was for them.
There's so many good things that he didn't remember the free haircuts he gave like 20 teenage boys,
went there like in Eastlake.
Remember that with Chicken? Chicken ran that whole thing, man.
Because I was like, I remember going with Chicken, but I didn't know that it was.
That was all Chicken's idea.
Oh, that's tight.
That was all Chicken's idea, I guess he did that in Texas when he lived over there.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, we gotta do this, man. We gotta, we had all this clothes for them we gave out a bunch of free clothes. And it was like decent brand clothes too, a bunch of free clothes.
Yeah.
You guys gave them free haircuts.
All those kids were awesome too.
There was a DJ
super
there.
humble, they weren't too cool for nobody, you know what I'm saying? They were just really cool, genuine people.
Yeah.
And they really appreciated the haircuts, bro.
Yeah.
They were
awesome,
they were fucking amazed.
We were hooking them up with some clean ass cuts too.
Yeah.
So I know Polo was over there just fucking knocking them out.
Yeah. I remember that, dude. It was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember like hearing their stories, and to me that was kind of like I don't know. I remember one of the kid was like an orphan or something, or he didn't like his parents weren't there or something, and that shit was very touching to me. Like the kid never having like a haircut like that ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he was so hyped, bro. Like if I got a fucking Apple laptop or something, like or like how Manny got his fucking his
iPad,
like the same excitingness that Manny had was like what I saw in the kid.
Yeah, I know when we take out the students, like that was my first time jet skiing, or that was my first time in Mission Beach. That was my first time.
It's like they're so close, but they're not exposed to little things like that where we kind of take for granted,
100%.
It's just crazy. Like it just makes you appreciate, like doing events like that kind of just makes you appreciate, what you have going on for yourself. Instead of being like,
we got it made, bro.
I don't want to.
We got it made, man.
Oh, I'm sad because I'm not doing this, or I didn't get this, I didn't get that. But there's like so much that goes into it besides what you want. It's you get more pleasure giving back to the people that really need it the most, as opposed to for me. And that's the satisfaction that you get from it. Like even when you have days where you're just like, man, I'm tired. I've been working, and I have to be at this event with the students. And then when you see the students like light up, they get out of their house, they meet with their friends that they haven't seen in a long time. And they you see them having fun, having a great time, and get a bunch of free things. They deliver Our organization delivers grocery bags or groceries to their houses and stuff like that. Like, nice.
Man, dude, when you see the smiles and their face, their whole self light up, they're like, okay, this is what I'm doing it for. It's not about me. It's this is what I'm doing it for. So
that's super cool.
That's something I
have a real quick question for my boy Omatic. Do we need to go on break or anything like that?
We can keep it going.
We're gonna keep it rolling. Yeah, man, that's fucking awesome. And I want to fucking thank you, dude, for inviting us. And if you have any more of those fucking charities coming up or anything, let me know, because I'm super interested in being a part of that stuff.
Yeah,
I love giving it back to the people.
Yeah,
to the community.
There's a lot more events to come. That's for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get ready.
Especially now that it's been getting better with the whole pandemic and all that. Things are opening up.
How was it for you in the pandemic?
Man, like it honestly for us, man, like it wasn't bad, dude. Like
Like
we,
us,
I
like
still work.
as a station, or like you're talking about you personally.
Me at home, yeah,
Okay.
and because of the station, you know,
Right.
Like Diana still worked, you know, she's in childcare, so you know she didn't lose her job or anything, and I still worked, so it wasn't bad for us, you know. Yeah, we had to stop hanging out, had to stop socializing, and you know, had to stop having events and things, and we had to stay home, but we weren't really that affected, like you know, thankfully, thank God, like none of us got sick ever. You know, me or thank you, me or Diana or my daughter. Nobody in my family got COVID, man.
Hey, thank
you
God,
know,
bro.
but my sister's boyfriend's dad died of COVID 3 months ago.
Oh shit.
You know, he just
Sorry
came
to
over.
hear.
Oh, thanks, man. Or is it twist off or no? you just twisted it off with your knife, huh? What a loser. So
Almost twisted it off. From my belly.
hey, this fool's a fucking first responder, but that still don't fucking take away that fucking
No, hell no.
that
I
asshole.
was-
you know, like
that's how you live,
We're all
man.
assholes out here.
I was gonna twist it off with my belly button, you know, but you know, we'll save that for another day.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh man,
I got a quick question to ask you, dog. Like, this is like so fucking.
the cigar keeps turning off.
This is like so off topic and shit, but
Let's do it.
since you're like a firefighter, right? I don't know why this question came up.
Do
in my
it.
head,
Come
but
on.
Do you believe in aliens, dog?
Aliens.
Or like
Aliens. Oh man, if my partner was here, he'd be like, hell yeah, I believe in aliens, bro. I'm so happy we're starting to talk about this. But man, aliens, bro. Like, I want to believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Dude, because I haven't seen like anything myself, but like now that more stuff is being uncovered with like the CIA releasing documents, there's like a couple documentaries on Netflix where there's like, oh, I touched a UFO, that's why they fired me. Like,
oh, what the fuck?
yeah, there's documentaries on Netflix. I forgot what they're called, but there was like
Like
they have
actual
like alien
employees.
spacecrafts that are being like observed right now. So that right there, I don't know if it's a hoax, but I'm definitely like thinking that there is a possibility, man. I know that I'm open to the possibility that there might be, you know. And,
Have you encountered anything?
but I don't like entertain myself with
Do
it.
you remember that one time we went to
Sports arena. Yes,
And
I remember that.
I could have sworn I saw.
We were waiting
a
outside
UFO.
for a concert, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, what the hell was that? And I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? Like, and I guess you saw something that
Yeah.
hit. You saw something.
I saw. I don't think I was high yet, but I remember looking up and it was like kind of like a hot air balloon kind of looking thing. And then when I looked at Alvaro and I was like, "Hey, look at that!" And when I turned back, it was gone. But I still remember like what it looked like, and I remember drawing it out, and I was showing Alvaro like, "Here,
Oh,
do you,
yeah.
you remember seeing this?" And he's like, "Nah."
Nah,
You know?
I didn't see anything.
And like I still remember in my head, like I drew it out, and then after that, I was just so convinced that
That's falling.
that's what I saw. And yeah, I definitely
Ever
believe there's
since
something
then,
out
huh?
there. You know,
Ever
it's like
since then, yeah. I know, dude. But why'd you ask me that? Actually, like, what
Yeah, I don't
prompted
know.
you?
Because I don't know, like I feel like firefighters like
you see
are
all
out
kinds
there.
of shit.
Like you see so much shit that I'm like
You ever had to give CPR to an alien before? Not an illegal alien. But
No, man, no. He's got 3 hearts. Oh,
Yeah.
crap. Which one?
I don't know. I just
I
felt
wasn't
like,
trained for this.
I don't know. I feel like it's a I don't know. It's a cool topic, and then like,
Yeah.
I'll ask a question. Omatic's happening.
all right.
Omatic.
Talk about your experiences, like actual legitimate things that happened out there in the field.
Oh,
Can you?
I thought you never ask.
Yeah.
It could be, it's
Yeah.
not like confidential information.
Yeah, I know. I can't like disclose locations or
Yeah,
names or
no,
anything like
what's,
that.
What's the craziest thing you saw out in the field? Like, what is the most
So
impactful
far.
thing? Maybe something that you couldn't even sleep at night because of.
Holy shit.
Oh man, that's a good question, man. And you know, I get, as you could imagine, I get asked this question all the time. You know, first responders get, what's the craziest thing? I'm not making fun of you. Like, what's the craziest thing you
but
ever? Especially at parties, people are drunk and it's like, hey, what's the craziest thing you ever seen, man? You know, but it's what do you call it? What am I trying to say? Everybody has a different crazy, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what's the what type of crazy are you talking about? Are you talking about bathrooms full of blood that we have to clean up? Are we talking about traffic accidents on the freeway? Where
my dad fucking showed me the craziest video when I was like 18. He was like, "Look, if you fuck up, dude, this is what's gonna." Because he works with the CHP because of his job. He's like super fucking in there because he runs a fucking company of nothing but truckers.
Yeah.
So they're constantly like showing him like videos, and the video he showed me is I don't know if you ever been to traffic school.
Yeah.
Okay, the budget.
Yes,
Okay,
I went through when I was 16. I still got my license at 18.
You know the fucking. You know the videos that old man shows you of all the fucking dead people and shit like that?
DUI and all that stuff.
Have you like experienced shit like that already?
Yeah.
Where you have to fucking use the fucking like cut off the fucking roof of a car to remove a fucking body and shit like that?
Vehicle rescues.
That would be my fucking crazy. So what's the craziest accident you've seen?
Well, you're talking about like the one that kind of bothered me. It was most recent, and I'll answer yours. But like the one that was most recent was over Mission Beach. I was working overtime up there in Mission Beach or Pacific Beach, that station that's right next to the firehouse there. And we went on a pedestrian versus vehicle. You know, just like right here. You know, vehicle versus pedestrian. And a 17-year-old girl, man, her and her sister were like crossing the street from the park to the sushi house that's right there, and she got run over, you know. And I'm not sure. I don't know her status, but I'm not sure if she made it or not, man. Like she had like that was my first time seeing it in the field. She had like pew point, like when you have a brain bleed. Or like a brain trauma, you have a constricted pupil and a dilated pupil. And I saw that and I was like, whoa, like you guys see this to the medics? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's bad. So I'm not sure if she made it or not, but she was bad, man. And that one really bothered me, you know, because I was 17 years old. It was just super sad to see. The mom came, the dad came, they were like right there, and I was just like, wow,
Heartbreaking,
man, dude. Yeah, heartbreaking, dude. And yeah, that one was that happened like a month ago, I think. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Are you able to sleep at night like that? Like the first night, does it bother you?
It not yet, I guess. You know, like it doesn't bother me. You know, but like I have heard, and I'm not expecting it to bother me in the future. Like hopefully it doesn't. But like, you know, there's certain experiences later on that will trigger it, and like all these memories will like just start bothering you all of a sudden.
So like the same scenario will just like pile up, and then when something happens, it'll like bring all those similar scenarios.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard like just other veterans
PTSD
talk about
type of
that.
thing?
Yeah, or you just even seen like YouTube videos on like PTSD and stuff like that, where it's just an event that just triggers something, and you start like replaying all the bad things that you've seen in your life. You know, and like so. I don't know. You know, we'll see. You know, hopefully I have a good, healthy way to cope with all that. You know, to like, but it definitely helps when you talk about it with your crew, with your guys. You know, like this chief that just retired. He said like the best place to be after a traumatic call or like a messed up call is at the station. Yeah, you know, because then you can talk about it with the guys. Yeah, you can like kind of have a dark humor about it, like laugh, you know, and that's where the dark humor comes from. You know, you just have to laugh it off and just kind of like talk about it and digest it, and you know, it doesn't bother you as much.
And you know, you bottled it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, you know, you're gonna blow up one day.
You can't bottle it in, man. Yeah, you have to talk about it and stuff. So that's what helps.
Have you ever like thrown up because of something that you see, or like thrown up not because you're disgusted, but more of like shock or anything like that? Or
Nah, I've never thrown up, man.
No, I think in the moment you're just like so focused of what you need to do that you
Yeah.
don't think about things like that. You
And
know?
that's something that I kind of am very interested in right now, and like trying to really practice is, like boom, we get a structure fire call, or we get like an urgent call where like, oh, we got to get there now, I love practicing that, like I'm getting dressed and everything in the engine,
Kinda
and we're
keep
like hauling
keep the heart rate
hauling
down.
ass down here, yeah, and
Yeah, I
like,
feel it,
or
I
even
feel
when at the fire where I saw you, I still
Yeah,
need to tell
yeah.
that story by the way. At the fire where I saw him, where like fire was just blowing out of the window and all that stuff, and my engine company we were the first ones there. So
well, Manny was the first one there.
Yeah,
I'll tell the story now. A couple of days after this fire, right? I went over to Manny's house. We went over to Manny's house. We were just hanging out, kicking it or whatever. And some of the people that were there, they're just like, "Oh, well, man, you guys got there so fast. That's so cool. You guys put the fire out. Wow, that's so awesome." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, guys." And Manny comes out of the kitchen like, "What? Like, Alvaro got there late."
yeah.
What?
He was there
He's
second.
Like, who called 911? Me. Who pulled that who pulled that old lady out before firefighters got there? Me. You should be thanking me.
Yeah.
So he's a real hero right there,
for
man.
sure.
That's cool.
So
We got there late.
So how the story goes is, it was probably a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It was a Saturday morning. I got up, get ready to, go to work. My girlfriend's little brother, Christian, spends the night, right? And I'm like, Stephanie's like, all right, we'll throw away the trash. He walks outside, comes back in. He's like, hey, does that look normal? And I'm like, what? He's like, there's like a bunch of smoke. I'm like, no. So I go out there, and my neighbor's house is on fire. Full on smoke, black smoke, crazy. Everyone, the downstairs neighbor, the side neighbor is outside crying, like, oh, my dog, whatever. My first instinct is to run towards the fire, right?
Yeah.
And I start asking, like, who lives here? There's a guy in his 60s, and he's in shock, can't even talk. I'm like, who's in? Like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, who's in there? He's like, is anyone in the house? He's like, no, I don't think so. And as soon as he said, I don't think so, I looked at the neighbor. I was like, hey, go with me. So we go into the house, and as soon as we walk into the house, it's a 2-story building. I could just see the smoke coming from the bottom of the stairwell, right? I start going up towards the stairs, and I see a 80-year-old, 90-year-old lady at the top. She has one of those chairs that help her out to go up towards the second story,
chair,
right?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, fuck that. She's just like at the top, just not moving, not talking. I would talk to her, nothing, no response. She was just standing there, just ready to,
Giving up.
ready to give up. So I grab her, run her downstairs, and as soon as I walk out of the door, the first firefighter that I see is Alvaro. And Alvaro's like, Manny, get the fuck out the way. And he kind of like shoulder bumps me.
I'm pulling the hose, I'm pulling the hose,
he
to
pulls
get
me
in
the
there.
hose. He kind of shoulder bumps me like, hey,
Manny, get out of the way, Manny. And he's not moving.
And I'm
Manny,
like,
get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
I smack him in the shoulder.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, that's my brother, telling all the neighbors and shit, And that's like his engine is the only one there, right? So then everyone starts pulling up. I'm like, all right, they got it handled,
Yeah.
Hey, but if you wouldn't have gone in there, Manny, who knows what could have happened to you?
Yeah, that's what I trip out on, It's like,
That's your barber right there. That's the barber that serves you right there.
Yeah.
Real hero.
I smile on the
Bunch of heroes here at Ace of Spades, man.
Yeah, for sure, because we have another story after that.
Barber / heroes.
First responders, baby.
Yeah, so that happens. They turn off the fire, whatever. Maybe a week or two later, we're cutting hair inside the barbershop, right? And we hear this long honk, like beep, and then we hear like a crash, right? But it didn't sound like a car to car. Like we literally heard
Like a thump.
and it was a car hit some guy trying to J-rock on the, across the street on a green light, and he gets hit, right? So Polo goes out there. There's always a commotion here and there, right? So Polo will usually come back in, and but he stood there. He got like halfway there, and then he starts running. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I run right behind him, and we could see this guy on the middle of the floor, middle of the intersection. No cars are stopping.
Bro,
Like,
that
if you
shit
see an
was
accident,
terrible.
stop your car, stop the flow of traffic if you can. So we're out there. I remember we grabbed some water. Polo covered him with his jacket. He's telling him not to go to sleep, which is important. And yeah, we're just kind of holding traffic, and then, a minute or two later, here comes.
I'm calling the ambulance as I'm like keeping him
it's
alive, like information and shit.
Yeah, for sure. So a minute or two later, here comes a fire engine, right? And then
Late as always.
And then it's Alvaro. Late as always, And here comes Alvaro and his crew. They hop out. They're like, "You again?"
Yeah.
You know?
Manny's always at the wrong place at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. You again, and then kind of went from there. And luckily, the guy didn't get hurt too bad. What do you have?
He had some broken bones and fucking.
The San Diego PD officer came back a couple hours later and told us what was going on.
Yeah, he had some broken ribs, broken elbow, and something with his back. And then I seen the back of his head was cracked open, and I don't know if it was his bone or whatever it was, but he said that he did have some broken bones, but I don't think the guy was all the way there. Like something was wrong with him too, So maybe that's why he fucked up and.
He's like, "Fuck it! Like, I'm just gonna cross the street." Like,
But that shit was insane, dude. Like, that's what I mean. Like, when going through that, I was like, "Oh shit!" My adrenaline was pumping. I believe that I react pretty good under pressure.
Yeah.
But there was other people that weren't doing shit around, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, no, like we need to get this guy, like, keep him awake and shit. And fucking that shit was insane.
Yeah. And that, like, at that fire, when I was in there with my partner, we're in there, and he's like, you can't see anything, it's all smoky, it's hot and everything, and I don't know where, you can't see where the fire is at, So my partner, who has the thermal imaging camera, right, like you have to he has it, and he's like, it's straight ahead of you, and I'm like, okay, I see it, cool. So then I just get in there and just start knocking it down, start knocking the fire down and everything, and. So talking about like the taking the deep breaths and getting all zen and stuff, man, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack, man. And I've had that feeling like a number of times where I'm just like, I was looking out the window once I could see the window, once the smoke was getting out of the window and stuff. I'm just like, oh, that window and that air outside looks so good right now. Like I literally had, that anxiety of just like, I'm gonna jump out of the window onto the little platform and take a deep breath of fresh air,
Wait, so you're not wearing a mask or anything?
Yeah, we have, the masks on and the air tanks on and everything.
Oh, okay.
We're just feeling that claustrophobia from not seeing anything.
And then from all the physical stress, because you're pulling the freaking hose full of water all the way up
that
there.
Motherfucker is
you're like going
not
as fast as you can. I'm like burning my knees and my shins and my feet on like the mattress that was on fire. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to squirt water beneath me and stuff, and then you have to take like 5 seconds in the middle of all that fire and smoke to just be like,
that's awesome.
Okay, cool. I can keep working, So it's a trip. It's something that I'm trying to master and can't wait to do it, because like you watch like old school videos of like New York firefighters or something that they're on their way to like a legit fire, and they're just like smoking cigar. This was like, I don't know, 40 years ago. They're like smoking cigars. Like, all right, we'll be there any second. They're like calm, as Hindu cows.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and
like we'll get there.
Yeah, so that's something I admire, to have that type of calmness when there's chaos going on. So
that's awesome. Right, real quick, right before Manny takes us out, I just want to once again thank you so much for everything you do for the community.
Yeah,
I want to thank you so much for coming out here and hanging out with us, and keep doing your thing, bro. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart, dude, and and I think you're a great guy. You're
Thank you.
He aight.
I mean, honestly, bro. Every
My
time
head's getting bigger.
every time I've hung out with you, bro, like
don't tell him that.
never been-
Don't tell him too much.
it's never
man.
been bad vibes
He's
with
gonna
you, you know?
believe it. He's gonna believe it
Thanks,
if you tell him
brother.
too much.
So I just
Thanks,
want
Polo.
to, yeah. I just want to let you know that I'm really
man.
fucking proud to have you as a friend and as a customer and as, just in general, bro. You're a great guy.
That's right.
And
Thank you guys.
thank you for being here with us.
Yeah,
today,
thanks
bro.
for giving first responders a shout out too, man. You know, like sometimes
Definitely.
it just feels like it's because first responders do get overworked and
Yeah.
you know arguably underpaid. So it's it's nice to have shout outs to first responders and stuff. They definitely
Yeah.
we definitely need it. So
For sure.
yeah, thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
My guy.
yeah,
Love you, bro.
And
love you too.
remember, if you guys wanna watch our videos or listen to our podcast or anything like that, you can always catch us on YouTube under Ace of Fates Barbershop Off the Clipper. You can look us up on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Anchor. You can Anchor,
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcast, and you could follow me on Polo Cuts D on IG, Ace of Fates Barbershop and Tattoos, Manny Rocks with the Z at the end, and then Line of Judah or Line _of _ Judah or something.
That's right. Yeah.
And yeah, man, thank you for hanging out with us.
Cheers.
It's been a
Cheers.
great time.
Yeah.
Cheers,
guys.
man.
Yeah.
Manny,
Ooh.
Click.
Click.
take us out, Manny.
Welcome to
Jackass.
welcome to Jackass.
Jackass.
Thanks for tuning in. Off the Clipper, episode 5. Like I said,
premieres next Thursday.
Polo Cuts SD, Line of Judah, my homie Alvaro right here.
Yes, sir.
Alvi for short. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hearing our story. Thanks for hearing Alvaro's story. And
Yes, sir.
wait to see what's next.
Yeah.
That's
Peace
right.
out, guys.
Over and out. Cut.
Yes, sir.